Welcome to the Boardwalk Casino, the beautiful city of Quabeja in the Eastern Cape. This is your Sunbet Poker Tour. We are day 8 of the series already, and we're on the third day of the Aston Shiong Memorial, the high roller, named in memory of the player from this region, who we all loved and respected. We bring you an interesting feature table this morning. We're down to 16 players in this event. We had 62 entries. There was a guaranteed prize pool of 1.5 million, and that has been exceeded somewhat. We're over 2 million rand prize pool. 7 players will get paid. So in seat 1, we have Fayard Albertus, 461,000. In seat 2 is the overnight chip leader, Jesse Rosen, 2,839,000. And he's already won one event in this series. In seat 3, we have Sugen Singh, 785,000. There's Sugi in picture. In seat 4, Ahmed Karam, 1,333,000. In seat 5, Imran Bayani. So both Ahmed and Imran, who had huge success at WSOP, right next to one another, 1,903,000. Seat 6 in picture, also winner of one tournament already. He won the big shot, heads up against Max Devison, David Bozo Rosenthal, 986,000. In seat 7, the ever-smiling Navan Naika, Navs to all of us, 368,000. And in seat 8, local man Marco Machia, who's done very well in all the events he's played, 1,092,000 chips. So you'll see Gary's out there busy briefing the players. We're about to get underway. The button will be on seat 8. So the blinds will be posted by Fayard and Jesse Rosen. Action is started. So action is round to Bozo. Blinds of 15,000, 30,000 with a big blind ante of 30. So round to Bozo. He's got ace-5 in the hijack. He has a vacant small blind, so he only has a few players to get through. The small blind's vacant because he's not sitting there, so he doesn't have to get through it. There's Ahmed Karam coming in. Bozo points him to his seat. Bozo folds. Thought he would have a little steal with that from there. Navs Naika. Queen 6. The cutoff. In the background we see Alvin Pillay, JP Oaks, Darren Kramer, Anand Kumar on the other table. So action now on Marco. On the button. 10 deuce. Faye has taken his seat, but his cards have already been put in the muck because he wasn't there. And Jesse will get a walk first up.
Okay, good morning, everybody.
Morning, Gary.
No easy seats at any of these two tables this morning.
No, it's tough now. So down to the last 16. There's Naeem Lam as well. Joe Steggers, Howard Lipman.
So what's on the cards today? What's on the cards today is as follows. We're going to see this through to a conclusion. And then I think day 1C of the main event is due to commence today. And there'll probably be a satellite as well. But you're going to put up with us till the wee small hours because the main event runs through to around about 1 o'clock in the morning, as they all do, the day ones, apart from the turbo, which is tomorrow morning. We'll talk about that more tomorrow. Lots of chips on this table, Marco.
Yes, guys, the overnight chip leader, Jesse Rosen, 2.8 million. Ahmed's got 1.3, Imi's got 1.9 million, and Marco's got over $1 million as well. And Bozo just under the million chips.
Okay, where are we? Navs is in the frame here, yeah?
Yeah, he's in the hijack. It's folded to him. Going to put in a raise. Round to Faye, he folds. Jesse with pocket 10s in the small blind.
I suspect we'll see some action here.
And he's looking at Nav's stack, and Nav only has
Oh
296
no,
behind.
this is big stack v small stack. I'm going to ask him the question for sure.
I think he'll raise enough to put him all in.
Let's see who's still to come. So Sugi's still to come after Jesse. Yeah, he's not going to be worried too much about that. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. As predicted, he raises enough to put him all in.
Sugi gets out of the way, I'm sure. Let's have a look what he's got. Jack 6, that'll go to the back. Background of Navs. Navs hasn't folded his cards yet, so we'll see. He'll know, Navs will know that Jesse could be doing this quite light as well. Just going through those old push-shove charts with his head. Jeez, what was that? How many blinds? What position?
Yeah.
Thinks he's going to do it another day. Shows the bottom ace there.
Yeah, and Navs only has 10 bigs behind.
So he's in fighting mode.
Jesse will take down that hand. So
Farhad tries to engage Jesse. Jesse just smiles.
So you got to walk the first hand with Jesse, and then in his small blind he comes over the top and takes down the pot as well.
So Anand Kumar without the hat today. Must have had his hair done. See how it's here, Warren. None of these people should really need much of an introduction if you were watching yesterday. So looks like Joe is going to table a hand there. There's an all in here. So we're going to stay with this shot.
It's been all in and called.
King 7 versus pocket 8s. And that's 10-10-9 by the look of it. 3, 8's holding.
So 9 or a king.
2. So
Pocket 8s will get through.
and Anand will get doubled up by Joe. Look like a standard call. Back to the feature table. Graphics are up. Navs with a 7 here.
Has moved all in.
Now, Fayad has only got 446,000 behind now. So he needs to be sure if he's going to pump this through. Also, he's got the big stack to his left, which isn't an enviable position. And on this occasion, he's still got Sugi and Ahmed Karim to play after him. So, probably not the wisest spot to be sticking your money across the line.
Yeah, I think it's a fold, Gaz. He doesn't want to.
So he's going to call. Jesse folds. Round to Sugi. Sugi folds. Ahmed takes the act. First time we've seen that with on-feature table.
Yes. Gaz.
He'll fold, and we'll go to the flop cam and let's have a look what's happening here. Pocket 4s versus Ace 7. So Pocket 4 is significantly ahead in terms of percentages, but we all know the 2 overs can easily be hit. So good luck to both players.
Yeah, I think Ahmed folded an A7 as well, that's why. Oh, that's pretty much done
That
it.
kind of seals it.
Just running cards for a straight. No good.
No good.
That will be that.
Navs will know that is the ceiling of his fate. He'll say, well done, tap the table, and he will walk away. And we will lose Navs from the feature table. And the pocket 4s was the right move.
Yeah, and Fake chips up quite a lot there.
He needed to hit the set there. The ace came. Nav says, I'll go finish my breakfast and get a bit of shut-eye. See you later.
Yeah, no doubt we'll see him in the main event later.
Just consults with his chumma, Alvin. They're an interesting party. You know, and poker players are a strange breed. Sorry to see him go out, but happy he's out. Because he's a dangerous character, you know. I mean, they all are now.
And every elimination takes them closer to the cash.
See, Imran has joined us. If Imran could keep the coffee in the cup today rather than on the floor, that would be helpful.
Yeah, 2 goes at it yesterday.
Gonna get him a sippy cup. So, Imran back on the horse, so to speak, and ready to go. David Rosenthal, King 8 suited.
Yeah.
Is under the gun. Save those for another day.
Yeah, early position.
Rademarker. Couple of mallards.
Also very early position. He's going to enter the fray.
Looks like he wants to play.
Raise 80,000. Raise 80,000.
Farhad. Marco's raised. Pocket 2s.
Jesse in the cutoff with a 10-8 suited. Checking stacks.
He already knows how much is there.
Absolutely.
He asked me when he asked me earlier.
He knows. He's
That's
just
just
getting info.
Yeah, just see how quickly he moves, presents himself, how keen he is to show his chips off. Sugi's got a decision to make here. He's on the D with a pair. Not got the easiest 2 players to his left, of course. Both Ahmed and Imran have been long, deep runs in Vegas this year.
So Sugi calls in position.
So 2s V6s.
And the 2 was folded that we saw there.
6s ahead. 2 overs on the flop, 2 diamonds. Both players holding a diamond. Marco's being the weaker, of course.
We see he's down at only 5% equity because he only has 1 2 in the deck.
So he was a pre-flop raiser, so he's going to continue to tell that story. Round to Sugi.
See if Sugi believes him.
2 overs to Sugi's 6s. Sugi has got 630,000 now. The bet was 110, so it's a significant chunk of his money to put it in. He's a non-believer though.
And he's raised. He asks the question of Marco.
Very nicely done, Sugi. Very nicely done. I was going to say it's a significant amount of his chips. But that is indeed a significant amount of his chips.
Sugi's basically committed himself to the pot there now. He has the SPR of less than 1 now. He's made it very difficult for Marco to continue.
There we go. Well done, Sugi. Nice play.
Nicely played, Sugi. He'll be happy with that. Worked out his 6s were ahead. And that's unfortunately the problem when you these size stacks and you play a very small pair from early position. So how's that for a tough old corner there? Yeah, Jesse Rosen, Sugi, Ahmed, Imran, Boza.
Not the easiest. Naz and I were chatting when we saw the draw, and he said, I suspect people might try and steal my blinds. I said, you're surrounded, mate. Okay, talking to surrounded, where's Marco? He's going to give those back to the dealer. Yep. So,
Round to Faye, under the gun +1, 6-3 suited.
I thought it was Farhad. I thought we'd cleared that up. No?
No, that is the correct spelling for it.
That's not what that lady said last night. So
Yeah.
there's no Fayad, which is what I was saying in the first place.
Exactly. But we were pronouncing it Farhad when the R was there, which
Fayad.
apparently was incorrect.
See, I had an Egyptian friend who was called Al-Fayad. So Fayad, okay. I can't call a guy Fay, sorry. It's just, doesn't work for me.
Sounds too girly for you, does it, Gaz?
No, no.
That
Fay
is-
is a very old-fashioned English name for a lady.
Is his nickname.
Sorry for you. Seems like a nice gentleman. Plays nicely. Quite quiet at the table.
Sugi takes that one down from the cutoff, so Sugi getting some momentum going.
Yeah. And obviously got game. He's down to the last 16 or 15 or whatever we are now.
Yeah, and he gave Henny Apple a good old stare down there yesterday.
Hennicus Appulus. So just a reminder for people out there, playing 7 places. 7th prize is 90,200. 6th place 123,000. 5th place 180,000. 4th place 240,000. 3rd place 330,000. 2nd place 470,000. And up top in 1st place 650,000 South African rands. Not a bad day at the office.
And meanwhile, it's folded all the way around to the cutoff to Ahmed. He's out the way. Give me nothing on the button. Boza ace 10 in the small blind. He will put pressure on Marco to his left. So Bozo puts the pressure on and takes that hand down. Talk about tough corners. You look at the top there, you've got Anant, you've got JP, you've got Darren Kramer, you've got Alvin Pillay. They're no easy spots.
None whatsoever.
So we'll move on to the next hand. Jesse will be under the gun. Folds round to Sugi. Out the way, Ahmed. Nothing to play with yet. Yes, Jack 8 suited for him. In the hijack. He'll raise.
Raised 60,000. Bet to 60,000.
Cameron's already folded. Round to Bose, he's folded. Marco's out the way. So let's see if he just defends his big blind. He does. 10-7 off. There is an 8 for Ahmed, nothing for Faye. He checks to Ahmed. Bet 70k, and that'll end the hand. Ahmed did hit the 8. So Sugi will be under the gun. So we had a quick elimination early, losing navs from the feature table. He was short stacked, and we've already seen Anant, who was the shortest stack overnight, double up on the other table. And Lunt was saying to me last night, he said, I just had nothing to play with. He said, I haven't had a dry spell like that for a very long time. And we saw it on the feature table. He had very, very little to play with. Sugi folds. I'm a 10-9 suited. Put in the raise.
Ahmed with 1.4 million behind. Just a reminder, it's 15,000, 30,000 on the big blind, 30,000 on the big blind ante. So it's going up. David folds the other half of the straight draw there for Ahmed.
Yeah, that's straight flush cards together.
Queens for Fayed.
You'll see them now.
No, that cannot be right.
No, that definitely cannot be right.
That cannot, absolutely not be right.
I think what happens sometimes is the dealer deals across the box to the player in seat 2.
Well, what's that? First time we've had a misread on the card this year.
And the only reason I think it may have come across the box to Jesse's, because then Jesse's cards didn't pick up. And you see how close the dealer comes across that box, of the corner of the box there when he goes to Jesse's, actually gone over it. Ahmed folds. Round to Imran.
Joke, there's 10 a.m. start. Huh? It's a joke, there's 10 a.m. start.
Folds.
Telling me.
Bozo.
We're here 2 hours before you.
Folds.
Absolute joke.
Action on Marco.
Any tournament in the
folds.
world will restart day 3 at 10 a.m.
Action on Faye. Leaves out the way.
My eyes, I can
Round
see
to
you
Jesse.
No, I'm done, and I didn't. I went straight kind of went
8-6.
straight
You, the players, must make representation to management. We're just contractors.
Try, he doesn't listen.
That's
It's ridiculous. I wanted a sugar free Red Bull and a water, my brother. I already ordered from him. Just bring me
Jesse
a
will raise from the small blind into Sugi's big blind, using his big stack. And Sugi got nothing to fight back with.
Okay, Mr. Dealer, when you're dealing, you're sliding your card for Jesse across Fayad's box. And we're picking up the wrong cards.
Jesse playing
Because Fayad just folded queens in the last hand. And he didn't, because he it's the wrong cards.
Wouldn't be the first time.
So just be very careful. You're catching the corner of Fayad's box.
Should never be too careful.
And it makes Fayad look like he's a proper nit. All right, thanks guys, appreciate it.
Another pot for my lunch. By the looks of things.
What happened?
Short stack.
So we'll move on to the next hand. Imran will be under the gun. Queen 10 in the hijack for Marco. Puts in the raise. Round to Faye. 5-4 off. He'll fold. Action on Jesse. Queen 4, he folds. Round to Sugi. Pocket 6s for Sugi. He makes the call in the small blind.
So I chatted with the dealer, as you probably know. It was a good spot mark. They're seeing that going across the corner there.
Yeah, and I heard Jesse confirm that he actually did have the queen.
Yeah, he did. So the mystery has been solved.
That is 110,000.
So Marco continues with his queen. Ahmed has a gut shot here. It's a lot to call. So Marco will take in those chips. There's the chip stack of Joe Steger. Folds. So nice stack of chips there for Joe. He had a lot of chips overnight as well.
He was over 2 bar, or just under, I think. So they were thereabouts.
Bozo folds. Marco. Labeled Mr. Kindig Customs by Gary.
Just the similarity in the beard. Those who know, know.
Ace-8 suited here for Faye in the hijack. Counting out that raise.
Right then, race.
Sizable raise. 80,000. Everybody else been going 70, so he's got 10 over. Jesse folded. Sugi has folded. Ahmed in the small, out the way. So just Imran in the big blind. 5 deuce. Faye will get that one through.
So our 30-minute delay on the stream has just started, so players that are watching from home and people who are watching from home will be starting to watch the stream, which will be nice. And we're a half an hour in, so when you listen to this, you'll have already watched the half an hour of the stream.
Yeah, and there's Alvin Pila who's sporting a big stack as well.
He's got his M Sport top on, another BMW fan. JP sneaking in the side of our picture there. JP ready to do battle today as well.
So Marco will be under the gun. Fold. Round to Faye. Ace Jack of diamonds. Grabs a stack and puts it in.
Race is 75,000.
Sugi folds. Round to Ahmed. Nothing for Imran. And Bozo has King Queen of diamonds. They got part of the royal flush together. We've seen that a few times.
4/5 of the 5 that make up the royal flush. I can tell you one thing is guaranteed, that neither player will make a royal flush in his hand. I can guarantee it.
It's a certainty.
It is indeed.
So David makes the defense with a King Queen suited.
Which is reasonable. You knew what was in Fayed's hand, he wouldn't. But here we go. There's a jack for Fayed.
And a gut shot for David.
Check. Bet. Fold.
All in.
All in.
So yeah, that'll be a fold.
David won't mess around. Gone. Finished. So that's 120 profit for a little shove.
He started the morning at 461. He's virtually doubled his stack in the
Very
first
well.
few hands.
Grinding nicely. Who does that belong to? Mr. Darren Kramer.
King Kramer himself.
DK. He also looks a little tired around the gills.
Darren is always the first one up and wandering around in the hallways looking for someone to have coffee with and chat to because
That's
he wakes
right.
up so early.
Normally bumps into us.
Yeah, on our way in. So King deuce suited. So he's had Ace 8 of diamond suited, Ace Jack of diamond suited, and King 2 of diamond suited in 3 successive hands.
He probably just has the whole 13 there. He just takes 2 out and uses them. I'm in Ace 6.
Armand hasn't played much yet. He
Cut off.
yeah, he raised the one hand only.
Raised.
And he's 3-bet.
70. 144. Third raise 170.
Round to Marco. King 7. Will fold that. So Faye has to make a decision, and we've seen in the past when once he's raised, he doesn't like to fold. He's asked how much. And as I said, once he's raised, he doesn't like to fold. He makes the call. So when he gets a flop he likes, there's been a lot of diamonds folded though.
What about those two?
There was a Queen 8 of diamonds folded by one of the players.
Right, we have an all in.
And he bangs it all in. The tactics he's using here against these players is not to play them post-flop. He puts it all in on the flop, they can't continue. And it's working very well for me. He's up to 1.2 million now from their 400 start. So he's really moving in the right direction this morning. There's Warren Sterling. It's early days for putting VPIP up, but I can tell you, Faye is the most active player on the table by far. And his chip stack is testimony to that. He has moved it up almost 3 times his overnight stack. So round to Imran, pocket 7s in the cutoff.
65,000. Third raise 65,000.
He raises. Those folded. Marco with pocket queens though.
Yeah, I think we might see some action here.
Raised to 65. Let's see the size of his 3-bet.
Chip stacks are not similar, so just under $1 million for Marco, in around with 1.7.
5,000.
He just flat called with those queens, Gary.
Interesting tactic. Let's see.
And Ace King also flat called. Wow.
Well, queens are ahead here. It's not a bad flop for 7s, to be honest.
Absolutely. If Marco checks here, I guarantee you Emmy's going to bet. Right, he leads into it.
90,000. Raise it 90,000. Four.
Faye coming along with his ace king, floating.
This will be a fold or a raise. What do you think?
Yeah, he's not flat calling. He's either raising or folding. It's out the way because of the two players.
Chatted with JP this morning vis-a-vis that 10 high hand he had. And I was right. He was thinking of raising. He certainly wasn't calling. He was raising or folding. Do you recall the hand?
I do.
Yeah. So yeah, he said you're absolutely right. I wasn't thinking of folding. I was folding. I was never calling, obviously, with 10 high.
170. Where is 170?
He said, but I was thinking of raising, putting him in. So I sensed it. He said, but I'm just too near the end of the day. And other factors. Okay, so the sevens are out the way here. Marco is bet 170. 2 overs, but 3 cards down, and the board looking very much more in the favour of the small blind rather than the big blind.
Yeah, and he's got a gut shot straight now too, but
He can't call this. I mean, if he pulls a move here and tries to put it all in, he's going to get snapped off. So I just, maybe he thinks he's ahead. Yeah.
he's chasing.
Well,
The hearts get there now.
the chase is over unless he gives it up.
He can rip the flush.
Oh, for sure.
Because Marco won't have liked that heart on the river, I can assure
Well,
you.
Marco can check and get bet into, or Marco can bet and try and control, which is what he's going to do. Looks quite small into that pot.
Where is 160?
Yeah, gets 160.
Yeah, I thought so. That's the controlling bet. Also, I don't mind getting called bet. It's whether or not Fide of Brexton's he's ahead, because he has shown a propensity to put it in here.
Yeah, he's
not afraid.
he's not afraid to bluff here on the river and rip that flush. Working out exactly what he's got behind. It's a good bluffing card for him, that one on the river. He decides to give it up
Wisely.
Marco will be quite relieved. I don't think he was happy to see that heart on the river. So a nice pot for Marco. Jesse Rosen, 3 million, 99 bigs, and Faye, 26 bigs. So nobody very short, guess.
No, not. I mean, they're looking for spots because they don't want to be playing short-handed, but certainly not in the danger zone. And you know, if anybody can play a short stack there, David Rosenthal can. And he's sitting second from the bottom, I think, with 28 bigs. So nice table this. Yeah, thank you, dealer. He's missing that box now, making a conscious effort. So we appreciate the effort being made there. Ace-3 for Sugi. He's been pretty quiet. Not had any cards, of course. And they'll look extremely good. Suited ace.
5,000.
Under the gun, so he's going to enter the pot. Queen 9 here for Ahmed. So he's got the hearts covered. Gets out of the way. And ran out of the way. 10-7 for David. Not going to play these out of the cutoff.
Marco's already folded.
Jacks for Fayette.
See if he 3-bets.
I think he has to. This is one of those hands you need to protect, isn't it? Also, you don't want the odd ace attacking you either, you know. Expect a good raise here.
Then raise up to 200.
That's 200. That's good, Sucky, the question, and Ace-3 suited under the gun out of position is, well, he's not out of position against a small blind, but certainly can't call.
So he'll pick up the plus 125k.
All the information you need was right there. So it's our feature stage. Screen spinning around nicely. We'll have players' pictures up there for the final table. So hand 16 of the date, 15:30, 30 on the big blind ante. Ahmed, to your left there will be your under the gun player with King 6 offsuit.
Round to Marco. Pocket nines in the cutoff.
Yep, we'll see Marco come out firing here. $75 in the middle.
Raise 65,000. 50,000.
Raises 65. Pot swells to 140k. Suki's going to probably not play these.
And he folds.
And Marco will get respect and they'll go round.
Been playing very solidly, Marco. Ever since we saw him in the beginning of the series, the Little Slam.
He's very focused and very disciplined, which is the two key factors at the top of the old poker triangle.
And that day 1B of the main event will also continue this morning. They didn't finish their levels last night. And I think they still have time for late registration this morning.
So here you go. You heard it here.
There's 7.
No, he's gone for a break.
So Jesse, King 8 suited on the button. Puts in the raise. Sugi Ace deuce suited. He's got a 3-bet.
Raised 205,000. 205.
Jesse gives the sire, that's the fold motion, and Sugi takes it down. Freya's gone walkabout, so, and we've had one elimination, so we're 6 effectively at the moment. So Boza under the gun. 18th hand already of the morning, so frolicking along. Boza will fold, run to Marco. He's out the way. Play still not there. Quickly folded round to Sugi. He's out from the button. So small blind. Pocket fives for Ahmed. So Ahmed just limps in with the pocket fives, and Imran has got king nine suited. Puts 50. Makes 80. Put 50 on top.
So Fadwa Albertus, who I'm assuming is partner or relative to Fayad, has typed his name, Fayad, with a silent H. Fayad. I'm trying my best there, really. He's a nice fella, playing really nicely. And if I get his name wrong, I'm very sorry. Anyway, thank you for taking the time.
Goes up to 942 subscribers there.
Sorry?
We're up to 942.
Yeah, I saw that overnight last night.
Big jump overnight. So just a reminder then to everyone. So Ahmed limped in, Imran raised, and Ahmed's moved back over all in. Imran thinking about this. And he gets out the way, and Ahmed with a limp raise.
Nicely done. Nicely done indeed.
Poker room quiet now, but I'm sure it's going to be buzzing later when day 1B concludes, satellite comes, and then day 1C starts. So under the gun, Marco folds. Round to Faye. He's out the way. Jesse folds. Round to Sugi. Sugi in the cutoff. He folds. Ahmed on the button. 10-9.
Raise 60,000.
Raises. So Imi with King Jack suited. And he's going to 3-bet.
We raised 205, 205,000.
Bozo's out the way with a 7 deuce. And Ahmed will give that one up.
Oh yeah, guys. I was considering it.
You knew you were folding, but you still. I promise you, you
I was
probably.
considering
At
it.
best, you had queen 10 suited. At best. King 10 suited. You were never calling in a million years.
I was considering it. But he's gonna have to change. Okay, well. You know what? If you have to wake up early, don't take it out on us. this part is spot on correct.
People are watching us. They don't watch us like.
So action on Faye under the gun. 10 deuce off.
Okay, boss.
12 won't work from there.
Exactly. Don't do the
Round to Jesse. 5 deuce. 6 deuce for Sugi, so all the twos there in the corner. Ahmed ace 9 cut off. Raises. So Ahmed will get that raise through from the cutoff and get the plus 75k. Faye will post the big blind ante. Jesse will be under the gun. So round to Ahmed. 5-3 off. He'll fold. Imran has folded already. Bozo. Queen suited on the button.
Looks like he's going to raise this up.
I managed to avoid it.
Use the button. Walker folds. Round to Faye. King 9 makes the call. Thank you to Paul for bringing us coffee. So Faye has missed that flop. Bozo has hit the deuce, but Faye is going to lead into it by the looks of things. Puts in the big bet and gets Bozo to fold. So we've seen Faye do this a lot. He defends the big blind, and then even when he's missed, he just bangs in a bet and takes it down. Gets Bozo to fold.
Yeah, you know, you don't want to become a creature of habit in poker, never. But it looks like it's kind of one of his moves, and players will pick up on that. So as long as you use it sparingly, I think you're fine.
And the thing with the stream is, the top players, Bozo and them, all go back and they study the footage.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you know, it's a good point that the stream is there for, I mean, for people to watch back and to enjoy or whatever, but it's also a tool. I mean, the main event at our last location, where were we last? Sabaya. The main event at Sabaya, the very last day, received 4,500 views after we finished.
Yeah, it shows you how many people go back and watch.
Yeah, so
it's fantastic.
And many of the players will call me in the off season between events and ask me if I've got footage for various places. I mean, and if I've got it or I can direct them to it, I'll happily give it to them. You know, it's there to be used. So never be afraid to ask the question, that's for sure. But everything is on YouTube. We do upload everything. If you're having trouble finding it, then I'm happy to direct you. And you know, it's there for a reason.
Yeah, meanwhile, Ahmed is raised with 10s. Bozo has come with a 3-bet looks, by the looks of things. No, it's just flat called. No, he did re-raise. Okay, it's 160.
I don't think Ahmed's going to go anywhere. Round to Jesse.
Oh,
Queens,
pocket
there we go.
queens. Raised by Ahmed, 3-bet by Boza, and the big stack has pocket queens.
So let's sit back and watch the sizing here. Ahmed's going to struggle to get away from these tens, and I have no idea what Boza has, but we will see. This could be a pivotal moment in this game. If you want my opinion, I'm betting the pot minimum here.
Yeah, it's not an easy spot. I mean, you've had an open, a 3-bet, but you're the chip leader.
Yeah,
And there it is.
You know, how many times have the two guys to your left got aces or kings? You know, given the history of this game.
There it comes. That's around $500,000, is it?
As I say, I'm betting minimum the pot.
Ahmed's already folded the tens, as quick as that.
Discipline or what? Huh?
And Boza's out the way as well. So huge respect for Jesse.
They know he's never burning into them like that.
No.
$500,000 was his bet. 2 snap folds. And both of those players will be looking to see what they had there. And what Jesse had. Let's take a note of the time. It is 5 to 11. I will discuss it again at 25 past 11. Just the local rule here. If it isn't through the delay, then we're not going to discuss it. So the team in the back here are under strict rules. Okay, back to this feature table, which has been quite exciting so far. Annie Diani just come in there, freshly shaven. Almost didn't recognise him.
Yeah, looking so clean and neat.
And these will be the people that are going to be continuing the day 1A. Sorry, 1B from
Yeah,
today.
Manesh Kashev there at the top. Ahmed folds. Imran, A7 suited.
Raise 60,000.
60K. Quick folds round to Jesse. He's out the way. Just Sugi in the big now. And Sugi folds the big blind. Ran on 1.8 million.
We made Manisha poker table after Sabaya for his home. Manisha.
Manesh. Very nice. And the poker tables you guys make were great. Top quality.
Graham and his buddies are at the place, so asked me if I'd make him a poker table, so probably the quickest poker table I've ever made. He needed it quick. So we cut it out on our CNC machine. And myself, Carl and the boys, we worked through the weekend to make sure it's done for him.
What colour
Delivered
fold did he
it.
go for?
The royal blue.
Nice. It's a very nice royal blue that you guys have got.
Almost the colour of the blue chips here. In fact, probably a bit black, brighter than that.
What you used to have for our home game before you changed it recently.
Well, I just, I like to change the colour of our table because I can.
Yeah.
It is now a royal crimson, which is quite apt given the recent events of the royal family. It is the royal crimson, as used by the British royal family.
We have a limp pot here between the two blinds, and Sugi's flopped 2 pair.
Yep, top and bottom. Quite catch Ahmed's cards here, but that's fine. We'll sweat with soup.
Yeah, he's got the 2 cards on top of one another.
Option on Sugi. Looks like he's checked.
It's checked because of the 2 pair.
Ahmed bets out.
Flat call by Sugi with a 2 pair.
Bet 40 call. Jack of diamonds brings a diamond flush possibility. So we don't know what Ahmed's got. Ahmed and Ace Jack would be sick.
Yeah, I think Ace Jack Ahmed would have raised pre, so Sugi won't expect that's gone check.
And if he's got Ace Queen, same detail. Sugi looking perplexed as always. 170 in the pot. I think he gets paid if he puts in 80 here. Depends what Ahmed's got.
Ben is 170.
Full pot there. He has. Might get paid because it looks like he's trying to steal the pot. Shows the two pair. Ahmed Max. So the big bet on the river gets paid. It looked a bit bluffy.
Must have a strong hand there, Ahmed. So nice, that's for sure.
Yeah, he definitely had an ace.
The brands are up 24.
Otherwise he was never calling there.
And the blinds will be up, I believe.
Yeah, brands are up
20,
24.
blinds.
Is Yuri and Danny Diani in that day 1B. Ran under the gun with King 9.
Tell you what, how are you even sitting at this table thanks to me? 8 phone calls. 8. 8 p.m. before it started, huh? You start 8 p.m.
Paired with the Queen 8 suited.
The less said, the better.
No, we started with the phone calls. We didn't get word.
It's in the raise. Is he just called? He's raised to 120. I think it was a call. Trying to look at the top colours.
Ahmed with Ace Queen here. It's a repop.
Yeah, I don't think in the small blind he's ever flat calling there. Bumps it up to 475.
475.
Faye gets out the way.
Wisely so.
Yeah. Plus 200 for Ahmed.
So the Albertus family are out in force. Go Faye, says Selma. Selma Albertus. And then Zane Water. Faye, my man, still alive. Crikey. The fan club is out in force. Playing very nicely, fan club. And a nice man to boot.
The Faye club is out there. There were only 7 players overnight left in that day 1B. So they were advertising this morning you could jump in and try and get through.
How was the total? How many played in that?
There were 20 something. I didn't see the exact number that entered.
Okay.
But they always expected it to be less because the high roller was ongoing. I think the day 1C is going to be very busy today.
Ace Jack for Jess.
Also because it's weekend.
raise 90,000.
He folds. Ahmed's out the way. Pocket eights for Imran. Just flat calls. You notice how they've been avoiding Jesse, Gary?
Well, big stack, been playing very well, and not shy to a bit of aggressiveness. So sometimes discretion is the better part of valor, as they say.
Absolutely, because often in that spot you expect the 3-bet with the 8, but Emmy flattered. And look at the flop for Jesse.
Not too bad, eh?
The reason he's got the check mark is all the 8s were folded, the other 2.
So Imran is drawing dead here. Check back, you think?
They will expect Jesse to bet, so he's got to put a continuation no matter
so,
what.
Yeah, otherwise it looks highly suspicious.
Yeah, you know, it's just too suspicious if he checks back.
And Imran will fold.
Yeah, go bet fold. Unless Imran says, well, now you can't have the jack, so I can have a call. Yeah, you see Imran representing the jack now. He's gone for ripping it, and Jesse's sitting with it.
So, classic example of one player having it and the other player trying to rep what he has. You've been caught with your pants on fire. This is what's happening. Let's see, what's he do? Just comes back and flats here?
I think it's just
standard.
flats. Yeah.
And
then when Emmy checks the turn, he checks the turn back. Let's see. See, because he put the continuation in, he wasn't believed.
little straighty card now.
Yeah, so that'll make Jesse probably try and bet if Imran checks Jim. Yeah, Imran checks.
So Jess is going through Imran's ranges in his head now. You know, ace queen is in his range, of course. Especially, I mean, didn't re-raise pre-flop, he just flat called. So what else can he add? Maybe the ace of hearts with something. We shall see, he says. Smallish bet by the look of it.
And Imran wisely gets out the way.
Yeah, let's suss that one up.
But nice check raised by Imran on the flop, trying to find out, and he found out very quickly.
He's got a camera 7 there. Yeah, that's Abdulessa. I just want to see who was at joining the table or not joining. Thank you. We can go back out if you wish.
And I think the difference between playing poker at lower stakes and lower levels is people flop the trip jacks and they check it. In this instance, if he checks it, it's too suspicious. He must put the continuation in. And that got the raise by Imran, trying to rep those jacks. So under the gun for Faye.
I think Howard Lippman just walked across the floor there. Yep, there he is. Camera 8 just picked him up. So yeah, Howard is leaving the venue. So looks like we've had a player knocked out on the outer table.
That's unfortunate. Howard was playing very well. So Ahmed folds. Ran 6-5 suited. Will raise from the button. David having a long, hard think here with a 9-8 and gives it up. I think he was thinking of raising. 4 deuce for Marco. He'll give up that big blind. See his face. Body language was there. The fold was coming. Bozo asking the question, if I raised there, what were you going to do? Emmy says, of course I was calling. He's never going to say I fold. And there is Howard is absent from there, Gary, as you spotted in the background.
So Beatrice did on the outer table there. Looks like Warren's stack has grown a little bit. Joe seems to be maintaining the chip lead, but big stack to the right of Beatrice there, which is Alden Pile, of course. And we go back to our feature table. Jesse just folds out there. Sugi with the 10-8, 40k to call. Ahmed with jacks. We'll see some action from Ahmed.
In the hijack.
Some big click there.
Yeah, just a little min raise. Let's see if Imran 3 bets him with this 10-9. Because that's yeah, Imran's counting out a 3 bet. Thought he might. There is a 3 bet. Marco's already out the way. Round to Faye. He folds. So back to Ahmed with the pocket jacks now. He's raised and been 3 bet. Bet is to 235.
So Ahmed put, Imran put Ahmed on a bit of a move there. See, this Fayed fan club are trying to confuse me now.
Yeah,
because Lau's now come in and said, top work Faya.
Yeah.
So there's another nickname. I'm telling you what, I'm just going to call him Bob. I think that's where it gets to. Just kidding, guys. Fayed's playing really well.
Mr. Albertus, there we go.
No.
You can't confuse us there.
I'm too old to be calling people Mr. Last time I called somebody Mr. They were my history teacher.
So Ahmed in the tank here.
I don't think he folds.
No, I don't think he folds. I don't think he goes 4 bet shove.
That's quite possible. Yeah, there we go. Then back to Imran. I think Imran knows what to do. It's just how long it takes him to do it. All in for 1.1 million. So it's for all the chips, all the cookies, all the money. He's got 1.3 behind, so 858,000 to call. There's more chance of Imran being on the next moon mission than calling here.
I agree with you, Gary, but he can't fold too easily.
Nope.
He's got to pontificate. He does actually waste a lot of time.
He knows. He put Ahmed on a bit of a move there. Went back at him. Ahmed didn't capitulate. He put all his chips in. Obviously not a move. Easy fold. Nice poker. And that's Haggai Diani just in the back there. I wonder what he's up to. He must be playing one of